Hello friends, my name is Amelia. Welcome back to my channel. And today we have a slightly different video because I am moving and I'm moving to a smaller place and I'm not going to be able to take all of my books with me. So in today's video, we are going to be deciding which books are going to win the lottery and come with me and which books are sadly going to have to go in a box and remain here / go in storage wherever I end up doing with them. And I also think there are some on that shelf over there that are probably going to get decluttered because if I'm realistic with myself, I'm probably not going to read them again. So yeah, that is the goal for today. I think that's really all I have to say, so let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start with this shelf. I think that makes the most sense. And I guess let's just go left to right, top to bottom, if that makes sense. So that leaves us first with Realm of the Elderlings. This is all the series except for the first trilogy, which is here. So, I want to only bring series that I think I'm gonna reread, and I don't know if I need to reread all of these. I read these two trilogies, well, these two miniseries last year, so I probably don't need to reread them again soon. I might want to reread this trilogy. Let me go ahead and start by, I'm going to clear some space on my desk actually, and I'm going to take the books off that I do want to take with me. Actually, I'm going to take off the ones that I don't want to take with me just so you guys can actually see the ones that I select, because if I put them on the desk, you won't be able to see them. So give me 1 second, clear some space, and then I will begin the call. Okay, so I read this series pretty recently. I don't feel the need to reread it anytime soon. This is the Tawny Man trilogy. It's also probably my least favorite trilogy in the Realm of the Elderlings series, so I'm gonna take that down. And I also read Rain Wild Chronicles towards the end of last year. So even though I really enjoyed this sub-series, I don't think I need to take it. I am currently rereading, I'm going to jump around a little bit just because it's related in series, but I'm currently rereading this trilogy. I did already read this one, but I think if I'm going to take them, I'm going to take the whole trilogy. So I think I'm going to take this trilogy, and then maybe this trilogy, and probably this one, because I'll probably reread this one after I read that one. So potentially these 9 are going to come. From this stack, let's see, we've got Wizard of Earthsea, Never Whistle at Night, Lathe of Heaven, Moon of the Crusted Snow, and Dragon Riders of Pern. These are pretty small, which, you know, is good, but I'm not going to take Earthsea. I haven't read this yet. I'm hoping to read it in October. I think it makes sense, but if I don't finish it in October, then I will take it. I don't think I'm going to take Lathe or Moon of Crusted Snow. I might take Dragon Riders just because I've only read 1 book out of this trilogy, so there's still 2 books in here that I need to read. So I think tentatively I'll take that one as well. My plants will be coming because otherwise I'm sure they will die. Okay, so jumping back over here, if I'm realistic with myself, I'm not going to read The Silmarillion. Let's be honest. I recently read Fellowship, so I don't have to take that one. However, I want to finish rereading the trilogy, so I feel like that also kind of makes sense in terms of I may as well take the whole trilogy so it makes sense on my shelf. Now I can either take these 3 or I could take this edition. I think I'm going to take these ones just because I don't know what my shelf situation is and I'm worried about this getting damaged. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to take The Hobbit and I'm going to leave Unfinished Tales. And I will be able to come back here while I'm over there, and if I need to switch some books up, I can certainly do that. That won't be too much of a problem. But this is just an initial books that I'm going to take, sort of purge. These 2 books, I would leave them, but I'm planning to rebind them I've been working on those covers for a while, and that's still something I want to do, so I think I'm going to take them and hopefully get to rebinding them while I'm there. Let me grab the last book from this series real quick. Stormlight Archive. I'm probably not going to reread them anytime soon, but this is another set that I want to rebind once I get the last book in paperback. So I'm thinking I may bring these. They are huge, take a lot of space, so I probably shouldn't, but I do kind of want to have them. So tentatively we'll say yes. There's going to be a few tentatives in here, and we'll kind of see as I'm packing up things I'm like, I need to bring these. Some things will probably get cut that are not necessary, and books, while they are necessary for my soul, you know, I can get library books or get a Kobo. That's something I'm thinking of doing, is getting an e-reader, just so that I don't accumulate a ton of more stuff in my small apartment. No. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. These are my custom editions that I rebound my first project. They worked out okay-ish. Some of them may or may not be upside down. They're kind of delicate, and I don't think I'm going to reread them anytime soon. So I'm going to actually leave those here. So jumping back down over here, we have the Bloodsworn Saga. The final book is coming in any day now. It's already shipped. That's Fury of the Gods. I don't see myself rereading it in the next year, you know, like once I've finished the final book. So I think I'm gonna leave it here. Then we have all of the secret projects. I think I might bring a couple. I'm not bringing this, not that good. I think I am gonna bring Tress. I think I might leave Sunlit Man. And I might bring Yumi. I'm gonna leave it on the shelf for now as a maybe. And then we have Wheel of Time. This is a big series to commit to bringing. I could bring part of it maybe. I am kind of sort of rereading it. I'm working on a video very slowly of the next summary. So these are technically books that I do want to reread. I'm gonna leave them here for now. I'd say I am considering bringing the whole series just because, you know, it's nice to have the whole thing, you know, to have them all matched and all that. So for now, I will leave them here. And then we have some just sort of mishmashed things here. I know I don't need to bring this. I'm not going to reread it anytime soon. Going Postal, cute edition. I don't see any need to reread that in the next year. Sort of Kagan, I don't know. This I really enjoyed, and I know this author has a new book coming out soonish, which I do want to read, but I don't think I need to bring this either. I think, okay, these are books 2 and 3 of a series. I want to switch this one for the similar edition to this, you know, collect the whole series. But I've read this one. I don't think I need to reread it anytime soon, but I have not yet read the final one, and I don't see myself reading it in the next 2 weeks, so I'm gonna say tentatively bringing that. So that is this whole shelf. I think I did an okay job, you know, selecting ones not to bring. Obviously Wheel of Time is kind of the big one, and Stormlight as well. We shall see if I can manage to find space for all these. This is already kind of a lot of books, but I do think that most of the books that I'm gonna really want to bring are on this shelf. So for now, I think this is a good start. I might need to whittle it down more, as I said, but this is a good start on this shelf. Now we're gonna jump over to my shelf over there. I think there's fewer from there that I'm gonna wanna bring, but I do see some that are currently unread that I would like to read. So let me spin you around. We'll get started on the next shelf, and then I'll put them all on this shelf so we can see the grand total at the end. All right, I guess we'll kind of do this like a couple shelves at a time. I think it's maybe better if I stay on this side. So Witcher, I don't think I need to bring this with me. I think this can stay. Then we have this book. It's just one I got at the thrift store. I think I might bring this. You know, it's unread. I would like to potentially get to it at some point. It's we'll set that aside. And then we come to Malazan. This has been something I've been meaning to read for years at this point. Or at least, yeah, I think I've probably had these for like 2 years now and I haven't read them yet. So I'm not gonna bring all of them. However, I think I will bring one. I'll bring two. I'll bring 2 of these with me, and then if I read them, I'll come back and get more. But for now, I think we'll start with 2, and maybe even 1. We'll see. The second book will be one of the first on the chopping block if I need to condense the amount of books I'm reading. But we'll start with 2. All right, on this shelf, I've read all of these. I don't feel any need to bring them. These, I'm still kind of trying to collect. I'm missing, I think, book 3. I don't know if I have any. You know what? I'm gonna say for now that I'm gonna bring them. Although I think I'm collecting far too many books. So let's say I'll bring the first one for now. We'll bring the first one and then come back for the others if I need them. All right, I don't need to bring either of these. This, I haven't read this yet, but I don't think it's like the first in this little series. It's part of Discworld, but I would have to actually check and see if I'm supposed to read any other books specifically before this one. I think for now I'm just gonna say I'm gonna leave it. I don't really have a strong desire to get to it like soon. Day of Fallen Night, this is actually another one I've been meaning to read for probably about 2 years now. It is a giant book, but I think I'm gonna tentatively put it in the bringing pile. All right, then we come to the Echo Saga. I like to bring whole series, or I would like to bring more whole series, but I think for now I'm gonna say that the 4 I've read, I'm going to leave. So that leaves 5. I'm just looking at the books and thinking about how much space they're gonna take. But I don't think there's too many more actually, like lower down, that I'm probably gonna take. I think from here down is probably gonna be more of a declutter. So I think tentatively, tentatively I'm going to say I will take this stack, but I think these are other ones that'll be on the top of like the cut pile, is that I'll just take like 2 and leave some and, you know, do a refresh. Okay, that's the first 2 shelves. Let me adjust you and we will look at the next 2. Okay, this is kind of an awkward level to speak to you from, but I've read these 2, I don't need to bring them. These 2 I haven't read. I might bring Emma. You know what, for now I'm gonna leave it. Maybe I'll grab it later. But I'm gonna leave all of these. I've read all these, I don't need to bring them. This I haven't read. This is something my aunt gave to me last Christmas. I don't feel like a strong need to bring it though. Leave. I actually think the only thing that I genuinely want to bring from this shelf is this. This is Eve, How the Female Body Drove Millions of Years of Human Evolution. I listened to this on audiobook earlier this year and I enjoyed it so much that I bought a physical copy. And I really just want to like take the time to go through and read it in the physical copy and potentially like annotate it, mark spots that I find really interesting. I really recommend this book to women above all, but anybody really. I think it's extremely interesting, well put together, and a more woman-focused view of a history that's typically about like, oh, mankind or whatever. So yeah, that is Eve. That one I definitely want to bring. And these are not even mine. All right, on this shelf, I can already tell you I'm bringing nothing. None of these are coming with me, but I might declutter a couple. This one I didn't particularly like, so I think I might set this one aside to be got rid of. And I also didn't particularly like this one, so I think I'm gonna get rid of that as well. Oh, what the hell? So I didn't like this book. I'm just looking at it now though, and it's coming apart. There's stuff coming off that, like, I've read it one time and it's like the foil or whatever that makes this side matte, it's peeling off. So not only is this book not good? It's also badly made. But yeah, it's definitely not cutting with me. I'm not wasting my space on that. I'm gonna hold on to it for now because it, you know, completes the set, but yeah. So I just have 2 more shelves left. Really only kind of 1.5. I might just hold them up instead of dropping the camera down even more. But I think there could be some serious decluttering. You know what, maybe I'll adjust you. Okay, so a lot of these are sort of just like books I've had for a long time. I mean, as well as some of the stuff on the shelf upwards, but most of them probably not ever gonna read again. Let's see, we have Pillars of the Earth. I do like Ken Follett's like writing and like the stuff he writes about, but I just find them to contain a lot of violence towards women, and you know, there's enough of that in the real world. But I think for now I'm gonna hold on to Pillars of the Earth. I'm probably not gonna read this again. Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. I read this for a class. I don't think I need to read it again. Anne Frank. I don't know if I need to read that again. Obviously it's like an important historical thing, but you know, I have read it. So I might set that on the pile. This is like a historical book. Pretty sure I read it already. Set it aside for now, my mom might want it. This book, Midwich Cuckoo, is one that me and 2 of my friends were planning to do like a book club, and this was going to be our first book, and I got to pick 208 out of 215, but that was so long ago that I'd have to start it again. I'm gonna save it for now. Maybe I'll finish it at some point. Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I did enjoy this book, but I think the kind of thing with mysteries is like there's not a lot of rereadability there because you already know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put that on the pile. Hate You Give. I'll hold on to that for now. Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. I think I'm gonna hold on to this for now. It's not like my usual genre, but I do find it quite enjoyable. And then we have this trilogy, Guests of War. These are kind of kids' books about kids who are sent away during the war. I don't know that I'm gonna read them again. I feel like I just keep holding on to them because I know I liked them as a kid. But yeah, I think I'm gonna part with those. Chronicles of Avonlea, probably can part with that. Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, I'm gonna hold on to. Raves in the Rain. These are also kids' books, but I still kind of want to hold on to those. Bel Canto, I don't think I need. War Horse, I'll keep. And then these I will also keep, but I don't think I'm gonna bring any of them. None of these I don't think are gonna come with me. I don't really feel the need to read them anytime soon. And then down here is mostly random sort of notebooks and stuff that I don't think probably any of these will probably come. These can probably go for the screenplays for these. They're beautiful covers, but you know, we feel a certain way about a certain person now. I don't need this. This is cute, I'll hold on to it for now. And yeah, I think that is everything from this shelf, so we did a pretty good job of, I hope my head has been in frame this whole time. I feel like it might not have been, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, let's just jump back around to the other shelf and I'll show you the total collection of everything that I'm going to tentatively bring. Alright, here's everything that I have tentatively decided to bring. You know, it's still kind of a lot, but it's definitely less than half of the books that I own. So I'm feeling pretty good about this as like the long list, and then as space allows I may have to remove some it's possible I could add a couple, but for now, I think this is like good. I tried to focus on mostly, okay, I was gonna say mostly unread books, but like all of this section, I've pretty much read all of these other than a couple. So maybe that's not true, but you know, focus on books that I either have a plan for or want to reread. And then here I have a whole bunch of unread ones that have been kind of lounging on my shelves for a while. So if I have more restricted book choices, I may finally actually get to them. So yeah, I think that's kind of all that I have to say. Hopefully these will all fit and be able to come with me. I have no idea where I'm going to put them because I'm not taking a shelf. This may end up being a book, like a stack on the floor type situation, which isn't the most ideal, but I'll have to make sure I put anything that's like a more kind of expensive / nicer book either not directly on the floor or like on a shelf somewhere. We shall see what ends up happening. I at the moment still don't have the apartment finalized, so things are still subject to change. But yeah, at least I have kind of one step done. Now I need to either see if my partner minds if I leave them on this bookshelf, because this is going to be his office, or I need to pack them all in boxes and find somewhere to stash them. And I also have a pile of declutter. Oh, I missed a couple books. Oh my, of course I missed books. I missed this stack of books that was on the floor. Let's see. I don't need to take this. I might take this. I already read it, but I really enjoyed it. Ooh, I don't know. Let's put it here for now. That's a consideration. I don't need these two. I haven't read this one yet, so I guess I'll take this one. So this is now the final thing. I don't think I have any other book stacks anywhere other than a pile of library books, which I'm gonna have to return because obviously I can't take them. I'm going to a different city. So yeah, I think that is all that we have for today. So thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more moving content, I'm going to be doing 2 moving vlogs as well, so keep your eye on the channel. They'll be coming soon-ish. We'll see, you know, moving kind of makes everything difficult to keep on top of. But yeah, that's all I have time for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.